Hey, I'm once again alone this week. Usually Matt's here. I'm Danny. This is the Southern California Comics weekly video update. You've probably seen it before. You know how this goes. Comics came out this week. I'm going to tell you about them. I have not read all of these, just as a warning. First of all, the latest issue of the Infinity crossover is out. Issue 5. Superheroes punch each other a bunch. Major plot things happen. You know how it goes. I read it. It's pretty good, I guess. More importantly, it's an Infinity crossover in the form of Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. I don't care about that. What I do care about is that Francesco Francavilla drew it, and that dude's art is super good. He's just got this really great style. Like, he's really distinct in the world of comics, which is important. Like, he's drawing superhero stuff, but you can always tell it's his. Like, I'm always surprised when he's doing interiors, too, because, you know, his covers are so good, you think they just hired him to do that, but no. He drew the whole thing, and it looks good. So, we only have a few copies left, so you should check it out while you can. More Marvel crossover stuff. The Ultimate Universe's big crossover, Cataclysm, is happening, which is expected to end the entire universe. Cataclysm 0.1 is out. I ain't read it. I ain't gonna read it. But if it's your thing, it's out. If you want to see, like, the universe that... Let's see, how old is the Ultimate Universe? Like, 12, 13 years old? Yeah. A world that's existed for more than a decade is about to be destroyed, so... If that's your thing, you should check it out. It looks pretty crazy. Non-superhero stuff. The Thought Bubble anthology is out. I don't look forward to this, but every year it comes out, I always pick it up. It's the anthology that promotes the Thought Bubble convention in England. It's got some fun stuff in it. There's always a nice collection of talent in here. This one's got, like, Gabriel Ba, and Fabio Moon, Ming Doyle, Brandon Graham, Ramon Perez, Cameron Stewart. Yeah, this thing practically sells itself to me. And, yeah, it's got a cool format, too. It's got more of a newspaper thing going on. Check it out. And it's got a Judge Dredd comic in it. This will be fun. I'm picking one up. So, I have a handful of them. You should check it out. It's only like $4 for a really cool physical object. And some quick and dirty comics. Speaking of quick and dirty, Damian, Son of Batman is out. It's the Damian Wayne focused miniseries by what's his name? The Kubert guy who's still alive. Andy Kubert. Kubert did the completely bonkers Joker one-shot for Villains Month, which I loved, so this is probably going to be also crazy. He's writing and drawing all by himself, no Grant Morrison or anything. Like, I love his style, because it reminds me of reading old X-Men comics from the 90s, which I think is the main appeal of his art to me now. It's like, it reminds me of being a dumb kid. And, yep, this looks like fun. Yep, 1 of 4, not too much of a commitment. Should be cool. Probably the biggest release of this week is Sandman Overture, which is Neil Gaiman returning to Sandman with J.H. Williams doing the art. I haven't read it yet. Looks like it's got all your favorites, all the people you remember from the original series, plus, like, your usual, like, amazing J.H. Williams double-page spreads. And it's got 2 covers. You can get the normal cover and, like, I think it's Dave McKean. Looks like a Dave McKean cover. He used to do the original ones, so what more could you ask for? I mean, it's a little pricey at $5, but if you're a Sandman fan, like, you can't miss this. And speaking of Sandman, I'm going to talk about some Vertigo junk, so wait right there. Hey, we're in the same exact spot. How often do we do that? Rarely. So, it's been a big week for Vertigo this week. You know, DC Comics Mature Readers Imprint. Sandman Overture came out. to some acclaim, I assume. I mean, it's Neil Gaiman and J.H. Williams. You can't go wrong. And Bill Willingham announced that Fables is ending with issue 150, which is kind of a surprise. Like, at this point, I figured it would just go on forever, but, you know, people get old, people get tired. It is gone. Now, that's crazy. And, first of all, like, that long-running series is ending, and a long-running series that already ended is coming back. So, I thought it'd be cool to talk about some old Vertigo series that I think they should bring back. First of all, Swamp Thing. I know they published a Swamp Thing comic, and I'm sure it's fine, but, like, Swamp Thing basically, like, invented Vertigo. Especially under Alan Moore, who told really mature stories, really mature gothic horror type stuff. Like, it seems weird to have Swamp Thing in the regular DC universe now, so it would be cool to have him back in the world he created, basically. On that note, a character who debuted in Swamp Thing, Hellblazer. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. You know, it's good spooky horror comics featuring British people and gross stuff. And it's currently got an ongoing as Constantine in the regular DC universe, but again, not a good fit. Needs to be in Vertigo. Like, that's where you should be. Like, you should have no limits on the type of gross, scary stuff he gets into. So, that needs to be at Vertigo. Now, yeah, this is kind of just a list of DC Universe characters who should go back to Vertigo. Shade the Changing Man. He was in the Justice League Dark for a little bit. That went alright. When Peter Milligan left the book, he took the character he adopted with him. There's no reason not to have a new Shade book at Vertigo besides the fact that only I would buy it. It was one of my favorites of the Vertigo era. It's just like a weirdo Doctor Who type thing. He changes his form every so often. He's got a female companion. He gets into weird stories that involve insanity. It's a cult classic, really. Similarly, Sandman Mystery Theater, the one I was totally into. It's like they took the Sandman character, not the dream guy that Neil Gaiman did, but the 1940s gas mask themed superhero, and just told dark noir tales from the 40s. Sometimes Justice Society members showed up, often not. But it was a really cool reimagining of the character that didn't take away from its original version. Just put it in like a correct context with some mature type storytelling. Finally, Unknown Soldier. Pretty good book in this version under Josh Dysart. Just violent war tales. Cool stuff. Like, it's the kind of character you can do anything with, so like they can take this idea and reimagine it however they want. This one was about like child soldiers and stuff. Really dark, really violent stuff. And you can do anything with it. Right now he's in the Suicide Squad, I guess. Whatever. Put him in Vertigo. Bring them all back. That's all I have to say about Vertigo stuff, so I will see you next week, when hopefully Matt will be here, and I won't talk about Shade or Hellblazer again, but I might, because I like that stuff, so see you.